Howdy everybody, this is Phil from Peterson's Farm in Nashville, and today I'm going to be working on the Ram 2500 Cummins diesel 6.7, and we're going to change out the oil filter, oil, and at least we'll start there, and the air filter as well. So one thing I did this time differently, normally buy my stuff from AutoZone, but I had a little time ahead of the warning lights coming on, and trying something different. So let me show you what I got. Did buy the full synthetic 5W40 diesel engine oil Providence through Rural King. Got a couple 2.5 gallon or 2 gallon jugs of that. Then I also went to Amazon and purchased a air filter, DIY parts. Trying out the air filter from DIY parts. Got that through Amazon, as well as trying something a little different this time. Instead of the Mopar filters, trying out this Diesely oil filters. So let me give those a try. And when I pulled it out of the box earlier, I mean, really doesn't look much different than what the Mopar does. Comes protected with wrap, so we'll give that a try. It's certified. It's got the certification there, and it's from Prime Guard, POF 5335, POF 5335 Prime Guard. So we'll give that a try. And another thing I purchased, not this time, but in the past, got the oil filter cap, which makes it easy to remove. If you've seen any of my videos in the past, it's a very difficult location where the oil filter is. And then, if needed, and I think I have used these, but it just depends on how tight the oil filter is. Of course, I'm the one that installed it last, so I only have myself to complain to. But these come in terrifically handy as far as oil filter wrenches. That is a must-have, and I wouldn't even mess with any other wrenches. This gets into anywhere, and I've used it for multiple applications on different vehicles, ATVs, lawnmowers, you name it. Great tool. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the project. All right, so underneath the truck, right now I've got it elevated on some ramps, but here's your oil pan located underneath the just in front of the passenger, between the center console. Just a normal 3/8 socket size, and we'll go ahead and remember, loose lefty, right tighty. We'll go ahead and, not much on there. This is where it usually gets messy, and obviously I forgot to bring me a rag. Normally you'd want to have a rag handy, because you're about to see or find out why. I never get out of it without a little collateral damage. So we'll go ahead and empty that oil. There's a lot of oil in diesel. All right, I've let it sit and drain for probably about 15 minutes. Had a little rain shower come through, and took a time out for that. So you want to make sure that threads cleaned off. Having a little oil there is still okay, and make sure clean these threads off, just so that you don't have any grit or sand or anything like that interfering with the thread engagement. And then you just reinstall. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. We're gonna go righty-tighty. And do not over torque. Make it just a little more than snug. If you had torque wrench, it's probably about 25 pounds of torque. All right, now on to the oil filter. One other tip, I always remove the oil cap up here on the top side whenever draining the oil. It just helps with the air flowing in. That's the idea anyway. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference or not. After you use the after you remove the oil filter, you just put this on the threads on the top of the oil filter and grab it like so, pull it out with the little handles, little finger handles. Easy peasy, and no oil spillage. Okay, now we got the oil filter out, we get the new filter, take the protective wrapping off, and I always put a little oil down in the filter, and you can do that rather easily now that we have our little cap that we can put back on there. So let's go ahead and get a little oil. I just go ahead and fill it almost all the way to the top. Take a little of this excess oil, or grab some oil out of here and just spread it, seal like so, so that we get a nice clean seal. And then I'm gonna wipe the old oil off this, not that it's really necessary. We'll go ahead and screw that on and take it to the vehicle and reinstall the new filter. Now to reinstall a new filter, you just put it back in the way you got the old filter out. And it's a little bit more problematic only because now we have to, here again, you don't want to tighten that top up too much because you're doing most of this by one hand. Alright, take the cap off. Alright, may not be able to see this all too well. Gets a little slippery. But the main thing is get your hand underneath the new oil filter so that you can get it started back up there. And this is all blind, so you're gonna have to feel around for that filter. Okay, I got it started. Good. Very good. Alright, and then you just get it snug. As snug as you can by hand, so you guys can see, or at least have a chance of seeing what I'm doing here. So we're going to take the pliers and just do the opposite of what we did to... You want to go about a turn to a turn and a half. Just to make sure it's all snugged up. Like so. Alright, there you go. That's how you remove and reinstall the Ram 2500 6.7 diesel Cummins oil filter. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with the details here. Filling the oil, but some of you may not know where the oil goes. So I'll at least show you how to get started. This is your oil cap. It's on the center of the engine, and front center of the engine, right in front of the 6.7 turbo diesel. You just unscrew that, or had that already screwed off, and then you just fill it up with 12 quarts of I'm using SAE 5W40, which is synthetic that I purchased at Real King. And you just fill it up. Okay, just finish topping it off with the additional 4 quarts. We already have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So a 2-gallon jug, and then a half a 2-gallon jug, 1 gallon. So you need 3 gallons of oil for your diesel here. Now this is where you check the engine oil. Let's just pull that out. And actually you can see pretty clear oil. It's going to be hard to see. If you rub your finger across there, you start to see where the oil picks up. That should be pretty good for now. Want to get it close, maybe a little past halfway. You can really see it on this side. You can't see the mark, but as long as you're in hatch spaces, see that clear oil, but you want to be in between the hatch spaces. So I'm a little bit more than halfway. We can top it off. Now heck, let's put a little bit more in there now. All right, that should do it. And remember, put your oil cap back on. Make sure it's clean too, no dust. But you don't want to leave your oil cap off, start your engine up with the hood shut, thinking that you're done. Head on down the road, and then you smell this oil leak burning on your manifold because you didn't put your oil cap back on. Not that I've ever done it before. A friend told me about it. It's time to take your air filter cover off. You can use a Phillips, but you're really better off using, I think it's a 5/16 ratchet. But I left mine in the house, and I'm not going to run all the way back up there to get it. So only 3 screws, bolts, and other screws. Let me show you what we're doing. So you got 2 there, 1 there, and then you just, then these just have a tab, 2 tabs there. So you just lift up on this side and pull out like so to expose the air filter. So we're just going to take the old air filter out, which looks pretty dirty. I don't think I have cleaned this one. Dang. I don't think I've cleaned this one before, or replaced it. Oh yeah. We got to do a little bit more to this. Look at that filter. That's embarrassing. Old filter, like you can't tell. New filter. That's embarrassing. Then we got some bugs and stuff down inside there, so we're gonna blow those out. All right, that should be the end of that. Let's get this filter replaced and everything buttoned back up. Vehicle info. So you want to get to vehicle info, I think. Yeah, vehicle info. Hit your toggle to the right. Yeah, there you go. You'll see your tire pressure. Then you'll see a trans temp. Then you see oil life. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down on the right arrow. Confirm reset. Hit toggle up or down. Okay, so you hit your toggle down until your OK button comes up. Then press your right arrow to confirm. There you go. So I was holding it down. You just want to press it. And then you get your 100% oil life. Hope that helped. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's how you change your oil on your 2500 Ram 2018 6.7 Cummins. Everybody have a great day and look forward to the next video where I'm going to change out the two fuel filters on the same truck.